Worship of the Serpent, American Antiquities, 3 copies, The Fair City, Lew Wallace, Prescott's Conquest of Peru. Up here we got Mexico. We've got, again, Parkman's Oregon Trail, all of Lorenzo Dow's work, Lorenzo Dow's Trial, Opinions of Dow, 1804, extremely rare, it's already posted. Over here we have the Mormon Prophet, Child of the Sea, the Strangite Mormons, Under the Prophet in Utah, cloned Book of Commandments, D&C, 1830 Book of Mormon, later date Book of Mormon, No One Knows My History, Fawn Brody, Life in Utah, Beetle, some Mormonism Unveiled with John D. Lee, Mysteries and Miseries of America's Great Cities, doesn't cover just Utah. Number of small pamphlets in here like Jarman, USA, Hell Upon Earth. Here's our 40 Years in the Mormon Church and Why I Left. Explorations. Some of this is cloned. Over the Range, I've got 2 copies of that. And Rocky Mountain Adventures by Bryant, Simpson's Navajo Expedition, Evans, The Natural History of the Long Expedition to the Rocky Mountains, 1819-20. New America by Dixon, not unlike Beetle or something. Wildlife of the Wild West. Was Abraham Lincoln a spiritualist? Yes, this ties directly into Mormonism. 1904 copy of Beetle's Life in Utah. Butch Cassidy. Trigonometry, great book on gunslinging. There's Thurlow Weed. You know I'm serious because I sleep with this stuff, right? I sleep with Joseph Smith's mom every night. And I'll leave it at that. So Thurlow Weed could have published the Book of Mormon. He turned it down. He is the authority on the Morgan affair, and this ties into pre-Mormons. There's a few pre-Mormons that were involved in this. Yeah, there's some stuff I'm studying on Morgan now. I'm going to make another Morgan video. This is Catholic Church in Utah. Father DeSmit, nice guy. The Spanish Trail, Inman. 5 cloned copies of Journal of Discourses, late 1800s, volume 2 there, like 1853, 55. Story of the Mormons, Lynn. This has to do with the history of Mormonism. This is the history of the church, Reformed LDS, LDS. These are all turn of the century. We all know D.M. Quinn, Inventing Mormonism, Mark Hart, Adam God, The Mormon Problem Lifer, The Mormon Prophet, and His Harem by Catherine Waite. Her husband was a Supreme Court judge. Early Days of Mormonism, The Beginning, Lights and Shadows of Mormonism, Josiah Gibbs. The True Origin of the Book of Mormon by Shook. Brigham's Destroying Angel, Bill Hickman. Mysteries of Mithra. You can actually tie that in. This is the Ghost Dance. Very sad, heavily Mormon influenced, something I just assume not have ever discovered. The Mormon hierarchy is insidious, and when you're reading the Ghost Dance, just remember that the Mormon end of the world was coming in the 1890s, and they set that they're sons of bitches. They'll say anything. Anyhow, here's Daniel Kidder, 1842, Mormons, 1851, Benjamin Ferris, 56, New Light on Mormonism, Dickinson. She did all the stuff like E.D. Howe, Origins of Mormonism, Pomeroy Tucker, Samuel Smucker, and some books on Harriet Martineau. This is all exploration of the West, early John C. Fremont, Stansbury, Gunnison, Beetle, Mark Twain. All down here we have polygamy. Nauvoo endowment companies, Todd Compton, 15 Years Among the Mormons. Irving, these books over here are exploration, Over the Hill Range, Drannon, 31 Years in the Plains, Bonneville, Irving's works doing Bonneville Spanish voyages. Excuse the little cat. So these books here are going to deal with a subject called the Secularization Process. When Mormons are coming into Utah, the West and the world are becoming secularized. Spain and Mexico are giving up their interests. We have a constitution. How then does Mormonism enter into Utah and establish a despotic theocracy using the Constitution of the United States? This covers the history of America up to 1520. This is an excellent book. It shows the entire secularization process. The map has a chart. This covers Parkman's history, mid to late 1600s. And this is the Jesuits in America in the 15 through 1600s. They were eventually booted out, you know. Very difficult story, the secularization process and how Mormonism manages to entrench itself as a despotic theocracy in the midst of this process. What does it mean?